It's gonna be a little like get ready with me for nothing because I am sick today. Not like sick, I have other things going on, but we're not really gonna go into that. But yeah, you might be like, oh, it's all right, it's the weekend. It was a work day for me. I was supposed to work tonight, but I can't do it tonight, so that's very unfortunate. Because I love my job and I love my besties that I be working with. But hopefully I can catch up with them tomorrow night if I drink enough water. So I will be drinking a lot of water in this video, hopefully. And may that be a reminder to you to also go drink a lot of water because it's important to stay hydrated. So I'm just brushing out my hair at the moment. I washed it last night and I re-oranged it, so it's like freshly orange at the moment. This is as orange as I'm going at the moment because it can get brighter. Like I can make my hair a brighter shade of orange, but I actually prefer this like, I don't know how to describe it. I can make it like so orange that it's almost red, but I actually prefer it like this. Because then you can identify that it's orange, not red. I'm trying to go for orange hair because when I have red hair, it's going to be like a different shade of red. I want like fire truck red. So that's what's going on with my hair at the moment. I actually will not be keeping the orange for too much longer. This time next week, I will not have orange hair. I'm going to change it. So yeah, this is probably one of the last videos that I'll be doing live with orange hair. Of course, I have a lot of backlog of like vlogs and stuff that happened while I had orange hair, but let's be real, my vlogs are somewhere in the abyss. They'll come eventually, but they're in the far future. They're not an anytime soon type of thing. Anyway, I'm just gonna brush it through. My hair naturally is dead straight, boring straight. So like, this is as it will be. And then when I'm like sitting somewhere and I want to take a picture, I'll always just like do this so that has a little bit of like, I don't know, dimension, but let's be real, at the end of the day, it is straight, straight, straight. Okay, I'm just wearing my hoodie today because I'm cozy wozy. I was supposed to go to Bondi this morning with my friend to get a matcha and just like hang out, but I didn't make it. I'm sick, first of all, but also it was raining and I really don't like going to Bondi in the rain because I like to appreciate the beach there when I'm there. Not necessarily saying I have to sit on the beach, but even just like go to the beach and look at the beach. And I just think it's not as nice when it's raining. I love like a nice sunny day there more. Anyway, whatever. I'm going to get out some foundation to get this cake started. I'm going to be using this dirty foundation brush. Actually, I'm going to use this as a foundation brush. This is so random, but I used this Real Techniques number 300. This is from the Bold Metals range. I used this brush as a foundation brush the other day and I actually kind of liked it. It's a little bit weird for me to use a brush like this because usually I use either a flat brush or a buffing brush kind of thing. I'm using up this foundation. I'm trying to use it up at home so that I don't take it with me on holidays. This is the L'Oreal Infallible 32-Hour Matte Cover Foundation. I'm trying to use it up at home because that way I don't take it on a trip with me and run out of foundation on the trip. So this might be its last use. I'm just going to take a bit of effort to squeeze this out. I reckon that's the last use that it had in it. Well, that's an empty. I squeezed out quite a bit though. Maybe I shouldn't have squeezed out so much. Anyway, as I was saying, this foundation brush, it's not a foundation brush. It's supposed to be a blush brush. However, I just think that it's a really convenient shape for foundation, which I wouldn't have expected, but I reached for it kind of in a bit of a rush and I was quite pleased with it. So I will actually use it again today with you guys and you can tell me what you think. But yeah, I kind of enjoy it. Just got a bit of foundation on the brush there. I'm just going to use it. It's a fluffier brush than I would typically reach for, but the way that it's shaped means that you've got this like angled part that can kind of get into all the different like nooks and crannies around the nose and like around the face too, I guess. But yeah, do you guys ever switch it up? Sometimes I just use brushes for items that they're not meant for, like this blush brush for foundation, or I don't know, foundation brush for bronzer. Sometimes I do that. Powder brushes for everything that's powder. I don't usually go for like a powder brush for a liquid product. That's a bit too far for me. Like I wouldn't use like a big fluffy brush to apply foundation, or like, I don't know. Maybe I would for liquid blush actually, or liquid bronzer. It's a bit different though. This foundation has served me so well. I just love it. It's a long wear foundation. It just is so thin on the skin in that like it's not a thick cakey layer. However, it has such full coverage. I really, really rate it. This was my favorite foundation to use for cheerleading competitions. And if I did any sort of performance thing, I would reach for this foundation again, because it's just like, it's so high coverage without being uncomfortable on the skin. I don't feel like I've got a thick cake on. Like, you are aware that you're wearing foundation, but it doesn't feel as full coverage as it looks. I'm just going to essentially build up the coverage over my whole face with this. Yeah, and pretty quickly, I'm pretty pleased with the way that this is looking. Yeah, I'm happy with that. Gosh, it's such a good foundation. I would totally recommend this to anyone who's looking for a good drugstore foundation. Like, this is one of my favorites for sure. Okay, now I should drink some water. I'm choosing a concealer shade. I'm going to use the matching concealer because, I don't know, we're here. So this one is the L'Oreal Infallible 24-Hour More Than Concealer. I like this one too. I think it's my favorite full coverage concealer from the drugstore. I'm not even kidding. All L'Oreal today. Okay. So I'm using this little tiny beauty blender. I don't even know how long I've had this, but I've had it clean, sitting in a drawer waiting for its time to shine. And I decided recently that it's its time to shine. So I started pulling it out, and I love the way this concealer little sponge has been working, because like, I do appreciate a regular sponge. However, this tiny concealer sponge, it's so small, you can really get in there and make a precise like pat. I just love the way that it's like so small. I also think that it's cute aesthetically, and it does a good job. This was just one that I bought from Kmart, and my under eye looks so flawless now. I got a little bit of like concealer in my lower lash line. Good enough. It really brightened up the area. So yeah, I usually take just a dot of concealer, and like, if I was really being like a bit more TikTok, I would have done something like that. But it's gonna smooth out to all those areas anyway, so I just take it out from the center of the eye in kind of like a triangle shape, where it's, I try to make it brightest in the center, and then drag it down to those two other areas. I want around the nose to be brightened because that's an area I get redness, and I find that making a bright line next to my nose here slims the nose, which is something I always want, because I always want to change my nose. There we go. I'm quite happy with that now. It's so easy with this little sponge. I'm just such a big fan of it. Next I'm going to do a little bit of powder. I'm going to use the matching powder. I didn't think that this video was going to be like this, but it is. Also, you might be like, Emily, your under eye is really bright. I'm going for a full beat, so like, I don't mind it being a bit bright. Also, I don't know, I just like the way that a bright under eye looks. I know it's probably not the best shade match for my natural skin tone. You know what is? I really have been enjoying the Glossier foundation and concealer recently. Even the concealer by itself has been so wonderful. Let me get it. It's called the Glossier Balm Concealer in the shade Light 2. I love this for a like more natural concealer. This is a concealer where it's like actually my skin tone. And so when I wear this, I just feel like it looks like I'm just brightened. I wore it to work the other day, which I don't usually wear makeup to work because I'm too lazy to do all that before work when I'm just working every day anyway. So like, I don't know. I used to be like that for school. I used to wear a full face for makeup. Full face of makeup every day to school. Whereas for some reason, I just don't do that for work. I don't know, maybe I'll get into it later in life, or have a change of heart with my relationship with my sleep schedule. But at this stage, it's just not something that I'm doing. Anyway, but yeah, I wore some of that concealer to work literally yesterday. I was working yesterday, which maybe is why I'm not doing as well with my health today. Maybe I pushed myself a bit by going to that shift. Oh, by the way, if you're wondering what shade this is, it's shade 20 Ivory, and it looks really, really busted because it is really busted. There's a mirror on the back because the back of it broke off, but I'm still enjoying it. And I accidentally cut into it one time, and there's hard pan on the edges where I've like used it with a brush that was a bit too dirty, I guess. Anyway, yeah, I got so many compliments on like looking so fresh and so bright yesterday. And like, I usually don't wear makeup to work, and it was just the concealer, and it was such a good concealer. It looked really, really natural. It's probably the most nice natural concealer I've tried so far. It's probably my favorite. Oh, controversial. And that's probably where all my L'Oreal Infallible stuff ends, because I have no more infallible stuff to share with you after that. However, let's go into some bronzer. Now this one is a OG classic here on YouTube. You might recognize the Bourjois chocolate bronzer. This one has the two sides in it. I'm going to be using obviously the bronzer side, or maybe it's not obvious. Oh my gosh, it just started pouring with rain. Okay. Anyway, I'm going in with this brush from Blinged Brushes. This is the F3 brush, and I really like it. It's just a nice shape to get in there. And I'm just getting it into the bronzer shade. Now I know I'm probably picking up a little bit of the shimmer shade as well, but the shimmer shade is so light in this that I don't really think it does that much if I get it in the bronzer as well. And I'm just taking that to give a little bit of warmth to the face. Taking a bit more. But yeah, this is the bronzer I've been reaching for recently. I don't think it's like the best bronzer ever. I used to use these Bourjois chocolate bronzers heaps because I just love chocolate themed products. However, I don't think they're my favorite bronzers. I think that there are better bronzers on the market. I don't know if they even make these anymore, but it's just not my favorite. There's other better bronzers. So yeah, they're fine. They're just not like my preference. My preference from the drugstore. Oh man. I used to have, I know I just put on a lot. It's because I just scraped off the, this is what I did. I got the bronzer and then I got my nail and I scratched it because there was hard pan on the top. And now I'm like using the loose bronzer from that hard pan scratching to now do my face because I don't want to waste product, even though it's not my favorite product. I'm not wasteful. And I'm just going to try and blend that out and have a really bronzed forehead, which is the goal anyway, because I love being bronzed. I went for the hairline rather than the center of the face because I can just bronze that bronzer away into like the abyss of my hairline. Whereas if I like went in with that bronze like right here, it'd be hard to move. Anyway, what was I talking about? Oh, I've forgotten. I lost my train of thought. Okay, I should drink some water. Favorite drugstore bronzers. Honestly, I don't even know if they still make this, but the Maybelline City bronzer is actually really gorgeous. I love the scent of that as well. It's a little bit of a cool toned bronzer, but it's still a top fave. I also really enjoyed the L'Oreal Giant bronzer. I think it's called the L'Oreal Lumi bronzer. And honestly, because I love the L'Oreal Infallible range so much, I'm pretty confident that the bronzer from L'Oreal is really nice as well. However, I've never tried it personally, so I don't want to like be like, yes, it's my favorite. I've never tried it, but the way that the rest of their products perform, and I've heard good things about that bronzer, I reckon that would be a good one. At the moment, I have so many like higher end bronzers that I've been using, so I haven't really been looking to the drugstore to buy more bronzers because I obviously have a lot of makeup, as you can tell by my channel and all my videos that I haul makeup. But yeah, I reckon that the L'Oreal bronzer is really nice. I want to be more bronze, more. I feel like I've taken a little bit too low, so I'm just going in with the brush that I use to powder my face, and this still has product left on it, and I'm just pinching it a little bit for more density so I can get a more precise and opaque application. And I'm just going on the underneath here just to clean up the bronzer a little bit. Yeah, I'm happy with the way that looks. Is it perfect? Probably not. I don't really care. Yeah, can you see the big dint in this? I have been working on this bronzer recently, trying to get it down, but the thing is I don't wear as much makeup these days as I used to, because like I was saying, I used to wear makeup literally every single day I went out to uni. I would wear makeup every single day of my life going out. I was going clubbing so much. My health, wait, I should drink. my health this year just hasn't been as good as previously, and it's really changed my lifestyle a lot. It's probably not as obvious by my videos, but I just spend so much more time resting these days and trying to like minimize the toll that my lifestyle is having on my body. So I really am not doing as much. Like, I honestly am not doing as much. I'm just kind of focusing on like work, saving, university, because I'm studying my master's at the moment, and resting. Like, it's kind of just these 4 things. Wait. Work, resting, masters. Yeah, it's really what I'm doing. And it's kind of boring, but yeah, I'm trying to save for travel. I kind of feel like I don't want to waste energy and get myself sick, like I'm sick right now. And then I could have been at work instead, not wasting my time being sick. But that's kind of life. I don't know, I haven't ever had like chronic health conditions or like struggled with something similar in this way, like life-changing wise, as until this year. And it's really like I've learned a lot of lessons from it, I guess. Sorry, I just have this little like pot with foundation sitting on it, and it's making a mess on my desk. Okay. Next, I need to do some, well, I would like to do some highlight. I kind of want a more blinding highlight that I've been going for recently. Like, typically I've been reaching for like this Essence palette because it's like super natural, and I actually really like it. I feel like the Essence palettes are super underrated these days. I feel like people aren't raving on about Essence the way they used to back in the OG YouTube days, but this is a really nice palette. This is called the Ready Set Glow palette, and it just kind of has instructions on the back. But these shades are really nice because you have this like normal matte kind of shade. This would be good for like setting the face. Then this one is like a highlight shade, and this one's a really natural highlight shade. It's really pretty. Let me just swatch it on the back of my hand for you to see. It's not like highlight, it's just got a sheen to it. It's really pretty, really natural. I'm going to go in instead with this one from the Balm. This is the Bonnie Luminizer, another classic. I feel like out of the Luminizer range, like typically Cindy Luminizer is the more like popular one because it's OG, it's the classic. However, I think this one actually suits me better and like my skin tone and stuff. This is a bit of a random brush to use it for, but I'm going to use the NARS. I don't really remember what this brush is called, but it's the kabuki brush that NARS has, that has this like unique handle. It's like such a flat, interesting brush. Honestly, I don't think that high-end brushes are worth the price. I think that affordable brushes from the drugstore beat the high-end brushes. I know I have high-end brushes at the moment, like with my Hourglass brushes or like these NARS ones, for example, but I don't think that they are actually that much better than Real Techniques brushes. Like, I think that I prefer so many Real Techniques brushes over this brush. Why is this brush more expensive and so superior? Is it just because it's from NARS? Is it because it's got an interesting way that the handle is, like with the ferrule down there? Is it because it's a unique shape, being slender and flat and long like this? I don't know, but I don't think whatever it is makes it justify the price point. It's a fine brush, but the bristles could be softer, and I just think that there are better brushes out there, in my opinion. Now, for eyes, I kind of want to do something a bit warm because obviously I'm very warm toned. I like a good warm shade, and my hair is orange right now. So I've been loving, while I've had the orange hair, I've been loving the Naked Heat palette. I just feel like it looks really like cohesive with my current hair color. See, it's like totally my color story that I've given recently. But I want to do a pop of green today because I always think that while you have orange going on, or if you have red hair, girls that naturally have red hair look so good in green. It's such a thing. So I've been wearing a green recently because I think it goes with orange hair. I think the contrast is nice. I think they marry well together. So let me find a green shade that I want to use. This will do it. This one is from Dose of Colors, and this is the Ideal Duo in the shade Mermaid. This is gorgeous. So on the top, you've got this cream in this like emerald green shade. And then down here, I'm not going to show you too much, but there's a loose pigment down there, which is gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. I guess I'll combine these two things today to make my makeup look. Let's drink some water. You should drink some water too. Okay, let me pull out some blending brushes. I've got quite a few brushes here. Bit of a mix of high-end or mid-tier in drugstore. Brushes that I've really enjoyed from the drugstore recently. These MCO Beauty ones are really, really soft. This is a softer brush than that NARS brush that I just showed you. Easily, definitely. They're both nice brushes, but this one is so cheap compared to the NARS brush, and it's softer. I know that, you know, MCO doesn't create the same shapes that the NARS brushes are. The NARS brushes, I believe they're made by, is NARS owned by Shiseido? I feel like it is. I could be wrong. But the moral of the story is I just think that there are nicer brushes at more affordable price points. But I'll enjoy the NARS brush anyway because it's what I have. I'm going to go in with the Naked palette, and I'm going to start off with the flashing you. I'm going to start off with the shade Sourced, which is this third shade here. 1, 2, 3, Sourced. Okay, so I'm going to take this brush from Real Techniques. This is the 200. I'm just going to take this all over the lid. And as per every eye look that I always do, I'm trying to make the outer corner darker than the inner corner just because I think that looks better, because it opens the eyes up. It makes the eye look more like flared out and larger, and it's flattering in my ideas. I just think it suits my eye shape more. If you have a different eye shape, maybe you'd suit a more rounded eyeshadow look, but I suit a more flared, in my opinion. Tell me in the comments if you think I'm wrong and I should change how I do my eyeshadow. Open to ideas. Just giving a bit of a like base here. I'm pretty happy with the way that looks. Not too much, not too little, just a bit. Okay, next I'm gonna go in with I think I want to go in with some of the very dark shades today. I'm just going to go in with Un Fuego, which is the third last shade. I know we're going a bit of a jump here. I don't know, I just feel like it. And I'm going to be very gentle with this shade because I want it to be like a blending shade rather than the deepest shade of this look. I'm going to mix in a little bit of Cyan, which is the fourth last shade. It's a bit warmer, and I want it to bring a little bit more of an orangier tone. Yeah. There we go. I'm happy with that. I'm going to take those two shades again for the other eye. And as you can see, I kind of go in little circular motions on the outer corner and then buff it in. I'm going to do the same on this side. So mostly on the outer corner and then buffing it in. I might take a fluffy brush for blending afterwards as well, just to like really smooth out the like part where the shades all meet. I think this one's a little bit lighter than this one. Yeah, let's do a little bit more on this one, just here. Now I feel like that one's darker than the other one. Oh no. Actually, I'm pretty pleased with that now. Okay, I'm going to go in with the darkest shade here called Ashes. I'm just going to take that in the outer corner. And I'm not going to blend this one as much because this brush is too big for that. I'm just using it to place it. And just a little bit in. I kind of want a different brush now for some more blending vibes, so give me a sec. Who shall I blend with? I'm just going to go in with this MCO one. I'm blending from the inside out just because the MCO brush will be quite clean right now. So I'll go from the inside where there is less dark eyeshadow. And I'll blend it outwards because the darkest is outside. So then that way I'm not muddying up the eye, if that makes sense. So now I'm working on the second half of the eyes. Yeah, that's pretty satisfactory to me. I'm gonna take a little bit of blend under the eye. I don't think there's gonna be a lot of lower eyeshadow because that's not my preference, but I'll just do this in case I want to smudge a little bit of any remnants that are on the brush. Will just kind of marry underneath the eye a little bit there, without like me taking like a whole shade under there because that's a bit much for me. I'm just gonna go in with the last shade on this palette, which is called Ember. This last one here. I'm just gonna take Ember on the outer corner. Ooh. I'm just picking up quite a bit of that because I just feel like it looks really pretty and I want it. Okay, I'm gonna go back in with a different shade. I'm gonna go in with Dirty Talk, which is this shimmery shade here, and I'm going to combine it with Scorch, so these two shades here. My palette is super dirty looking, but rest assured I enjoy using them regardless. I should probably wipe it though. And I'm just going to take this at the front of the eye. These shades, these shimmery shades, are so soft. This is a Bling Brushes E5 brush. Bit of fallout there. Let me get my big fluffy brush to... There we go. That was my fault a bit. I was kind of backing it on. Then I'm going in with the Bling Brushes E3. I'm going to blend. I chose those warmer shades because I felt like it would bring a little bit more orange tones back to this look. Did I need to reach for as many shadows as I did just then? Probably not, but I like doing it, so we're here now. There's fluff in my eye. Okay. I'm satisfied with that. Okay, next, let's go in with the green. So the way I'm going to do this, I think I'll take a little bit of concealer. No, I'm just going to go straight in with the green. I was going to like cut the crease and do a whole like 2006 makeup. 2006, I meant 2016. But I'm just going to go in with the pot because I forgot that there's the cream kind of. Now I don't want this to be too 2016, so I don't want to cut the crease. I'm not sure how I'm going to do this, but I guess I could just always do a pop of green in the center and then blend it. I think that's my plan, yeah. Okay, now this will like dry down quite quickly, so I want to work a little bit faster than I would usually by blending it as soon as I put it down. I care more about the blend towards the front of the eye than towards the back. So I'll blend the front first. That's pass one. I'll now do this on the other eye and then I will go over, I think both of them again because I want to build a little bit more opacity before I stick the loose pigment on top. So first of all, I apply the product, then I take it up the eye to the height that I want it. I don't want it too high. So about where my crease touches the top, when my eyes are looking straight on. So when I close my eyes, you get that flash of green a bit more. Otherwise, it just looks like it's on my mobile lid at the moment. And that's kind of what I'm going for. Take a little more. So I'm just building it up to the height that I want it to be. Then I'll take my brush forward so that the front of the eye gets that green as well. And then I'll do the same on the other eye again to build up a little bit more opacity. And you can see the green is getting a little bit more vibrant there. And then I'm bringing that to the front of the eye. There is no harsh line. It's not like there's a like cut crease. There is no like front to the green. Just my goal. I don't want it too 2016, I think. I don't know, I just didn't like the idea that I'd be doing that. And then also blending the back a little bit as well. But that's where it blends into the dark, so I don't think it matters too much. Okay. Yeah, I got the green, I got the orange. Yeah, it's all warm toned. It's good, it's good. I'm now going to go in with the pigment side, and I'm just going to grab this same brush. This brush, by the way, is from Bling Brushes, and it's the E4. It's like a flat eye brush. I'm just going to grab up some pigment. There's some pigment on the inside of the lid, so I'm going to use that. And it's so gorgeous. Did you see that? Wow. I'm just dragging that along the areas that I applied that pigment just then. And it immediately sticks to that paint pot kind of material that I use. I'm just going to apply it a little bit messily, and then I'll clean it up in a sec. It doesn't have to be perfect. Who cares? I mean, you might care, but I don't. So that's before. Wow. You can see that pigment hopping right onto that tacky part of the cream that I just put down. I'm just patting it around the edges. I don't want there to be like a crisp line, so I'm just going to go in separately with another fluffy brush just to fluff it around a little bit more. But that's all the pigment I think I will need. Actually, I'm gonna go in a little bit more in a sec. I'm gonna grab the fluffy brush that we used earlier, this one, that is a little bit cleaner. This is the E3 brush. I'm just gonna fluff the edges of where the green meets the orange. That's nice. Happy with the way that's looking. And then I'm just gonna go in one more time with the green pigment in the center. Yeah, happy with the way that looks. Oh my gosh, I haven't done like a bit of makeup in a while. Okay, gonna have a bit of water because it's important to drink water. Cool. Okay, next I'm gonna do a little bit of nose contour. Recently, I've been using a random brush. Where is it? Oh, I can't even find one. I guess I'll just use this brush. This one is a brush from Bling Brushes again. I'm using like all my Bling Brushes eye brushes at the moment. This is the E2 brush. I'm just gonna dig up a little bit of this broken powder that I've been loving at the moment. This one is from NYX, and it is the shade Taupe from the High Definition Blush range. She's busted. I'm literally gonna use the bronzer or blush that's outside of the packaging because it's leaking. It's a perfect shade, right? I love this shade. It kind of reminds me also of like, probably like Omega from MAC. That's another good nose contour shade in my opinion. I love to contour my nose. I just feel like it brings the whole face together. I honestly am most insecure about my nose, and I just think that contouring my nose makes me feel a lot more snatched. Cut a little bit more. Yeah, I'm happy with that. I'm just gonna grab a little bit more of that highlighter brush just to blend the edge here, because I feel like in this C shape, I always use some more highlight, but I don't want to have too much of the eyeshadow coming out. That's better. Okay, so what next? I think I'll do a little bit of like nose highlight as well while we're here. Just gonna use I had a highlight brush that I've been using recently. This will do the trick. This one's from Hourglass, and it is the brush number 12. Just down at the center of the nose. I might also, while I'm here, take a little bit more on the brow bone just to like build up the shine there. I know that we've all been enjoying like the clean girl makeup and stuff like that, but I'm just a 2016 makeup girl through and through. Like, I just love a full beat. I know that makeup tutorials are also not exciting anymore. People don't like those, but they're not as interested these days. But I don't know. It's my bread and butter. It's what I still watch them, and I still enjoy watching and making them. And I don't know. Why would I change? It's not like this is my career anyway. I can just film whatever I want. I'm gonna do some eyeliner. My eyeliner that I'm going to use today is from Integrate. It's the liquid eyeliner. All of the writing has rubbed off because I've been using this for a while. I had it for ages and then I was loving it. And then I put it in a bag. Then I forgot that it was in the bag. And recently I was going through my stuff and I was like, oh my gosh, found this eyeliner in a bag. Free eyeliner from my past self and it still works. So I was stoked. I love eyeliners like this that have a brush tip. I just think that they are way more precise and easy to work with. And this is a really good one. I bought this while I was in Japan. My first individual trip to Japan without my family. I was with friends, but you know. I went to Japan also when I was, I think, 3 or 4 or 5. I don't know, I was very young with my parents and my grandparents and my sister. But yeah, when I was grown up, I went there myself and I got myself this eyeliner. On my next trip to Japan that I did this year, which seems like a lifetime ago to be honest, I didn't buy any eyeliner because I'd bought so many on my last trip. I'm still using all of the eyeliners from my last trip. No regrets though, they're all amazing eyeliners. So that's one eye done. I don't know why I didn't do like them at the same time. Usually I do, but I just really went for it with this eye. Now it's time to replicate this on the other side. Good luck to me. They're not perfectly identical, but they're good enough. There we go. Fill it in the lash line. They're not perfect, but I'm going to leave them. I love eyeliner. I feel way like, I don't know, from the beginning of this video when I was kind of like, I'm sick and I don't look that slay right now. Like I wasn't like bad looking, but like, you know, now I'm already feeling like, Next, brows. Let me use this ancient brow product that I've been using forever. This is the Benefit Ka-Brow. It's a little pot of brow pomade that I've been using literally for years. The brush that comes with it is really crusted up, so I'm not going to use that. I'm going to use this brush instead. This one is from MCO Beauty. It's just an angled brush. It says angled liner, but I can do what I want. I'm going to use it for brows. So I'm just going to dip in here with the angled liner brush. I'm going to draw on the tails to my brows. I just did my brows recently, as in like plucked them and stuff. So I'm pretty pleased with the shape. They're not perfect, they never are. I'm not like, brows are never my asset, but hey, I don't mind the way those tails came out. So I do the tails first because then the majority of the pigment is on the tail. And then I just kind of drag the dirty brush, now that it's got like leftover pigment on it, through the front of my brow to like fill in gaps. And I can just focus on the spots where there is not much hair and it looks a bit more sparse. Like at the front of them, there's always like a hole here, I feel. Perfect. I'm happy with the way that looks. Yeah. now I'm going to go in with some brow pomade. I've been using, not brow pomade, brow gel. I've been using brow gel recently, way more than I used to. I don't know why, but I just have been really enjoying it. This is so dried up, to be honest, but I'm going to use it anyway. I should just like move on because I have other brow gels that I want to use as well. But this is the ColourPop Brow Boss Gel. It's still, there's still a little bit of like, it's still got a bit of grip. So I'm still using it. There it is. I just brushed them up all in the same direction. Wait, I want to get some more pomade. This is like quite dried up. I do still feel it on my brows, though I do think it's actually holding my brows. It's not like a bulletproof like pomade where it's like really gripping my brows, but like I still feel, you know. So flick them all up. That way the bottom of my brow is as clean as it can be. And then I get the top and I smooth it down. And I tuck my tail down. I try and make the tail like one line together so it looks more cohesive. After I've done this, I might see that it's like a little bit balder in some areas. Like for example, towards the tail here on this side, I don't have as much hairs at the moment. So I might like use the spoolie to like rearrange some of the hairs just to look a little bit fuller. Till I'm happy with the shape, I just kind of like tweak a little bit. And that'll do it for me. That'll do it. Next, I'm gonna put this one away because I'm done with it. Where is that nose contour? I kind of want to go in a little bit more. Oh, more nose contour. Where's my nose contour shade? That's a little better. Yes, I'm happy with that. Okay, I'm probably gonna add lashes off camera, but I will do lip liner and probably a gloss with you now. So this lip liner that I've been wearing recently, this one's the Emco one. Again, I've been really into both the Emco and the Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk. The Emco shade that is literally the perfect dupe of the Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk is called Cheeky Cat. Now this, honestly, it looks so similar. They do perform so similarly. I would just get this one. I happen to have both and I can confirm that this one is worth it. However, I lost it for a while because I put it in one of my bags and then like along with that eyeliner I forgot where I'd put them, and then I was using Pillow Talk, but now I've gone back to this because it's cheaper and I have both and they're both good. They're literally both good. I'm gonna overline. I mean, I did overline, but ta-da, I overlined. Feels a little uneven. I need more here. Then I'm just going to colour in the sides a little bit, just to contour the lips a bit. And also, if the lip gloss wears, then the centre can be lighter and the edges will still have that little bit of like Pillow Talk on them. I like curving out my Cupid's bow, like colouring in between there. I just like the way it looks. Especially in pictures. Makes me feel like I've had a lip flip. Like I'm more like. And this is just the Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk Collagen Lip. What's it called? Collagen Lip Bath, I think. Something like that. It's the one with the really cute. I love that doe foot applicator as a heart shape. Ta-da! This is my finished face. Let's do a bit of, I'm not gonna do should I? I'll do mascara just for the sake of it. Gotta clean up some, see a little bit of green fall out. Gonna do a little bit of mascara just to finish it off, I guess. I'm really pleased with this makeup. Long time no big beat. There we go. Oh, you know what I missed? My inner corner highlight. That's so obvious. I kind of want to get one from the Naked palette. We'll go back in there in a sec. This mascara that I'm using is from Bare Minerals. It is called the Lashtopia mascara. I don't think it is the worst mascara ever. However, I'm not like incredibly changed by it. It's just a nice mascara. It's not like, guys, run to the stores and get this mascara. It's just like good. I've been using it recently. It does the job. I'm not a huge mascara person anyway. To be honest, I'm kind of more of a fake lashes and eyeliner person. I'm going to go in with a little bit of Lumbre, this shade here. It's like a shimmer. I'm going to take that. Oh, it's a bit too pink for there. I might just take this under the eyes. Yeah. Oh my gosh, I never do this. Just taking that under the... Now to even it out, I'll put a little bit here, but I'll layer over that with some highlight in a sec. I guess I'll bring a bit of warmth to that area as well. But yeah, this is nice. Yeah. Oh my gosh, I never do lower lash line stuff. Let's do some of that shade we used earlier. Bonnie Luminizer. Okay. I'm going to use that same brush. This brush, by the way, it's a flat brush from MCO Beauty. This is called the, it's just an eyeshadow brush, it says. But I'm just going to use the, because I put the Lumbre side on that, I'm going to use this side to tap into the Bonnie Luminizer. And I'm going to drag that back to meet the other lower lash line stuff we did. So it's like that is at the back, this is at the front. I hope that makes sense. Oh, got some in my eye there. Okay, let's finish this off. I want to do a bit of setting spray. Now, recently, I have actually genuinely really enjoyed both of these Morphe setting sprays. I feel like the nozzles on them is not the same as like the continuous spray nozzle of like the normal Morphe continuous spray. And it's not like the aerosol kind of vibes of the L'Oreal Infallible, which are those are my like preferences. However, the mister that comes out of this is still really decent. Today I'm going to go for the mattifying one. I just feel like I want a more mattifying vibe. But the luminous one is really, really nice because it still gives you that luminous glow without feeling greasy. I feel like some luminous setting sprays look a bit like slick on the skin in a way that I don't enjoy. This just looks like a natural glow. Anyway, I'm just going to... Give me a sec, I'll go find a fan. They also both smell good. They kind of remind me a little bit of, what am I trying to say? Like maybe like cucumbers? There's like a freshness to them. This fan is one that I got when I was in Japan. How pretty is it? Anyway, I mean, as you can probably guess, this is the end of the video. I've beat my face. There's nothing more to do. My hair is straight. That's the look. If you enjoyed it, you could give it a thumbs up. You could comment down below something you'd like to see from me, or give your opinion on my shape that I make my eyeshadow. You could subscribe if you want to see more content like this. You could alternatively follow me everywhere at EmilyTitch20, mostly on Instagram and also here, but you could find me also on Tumblr if you want, or Pinterest, or I don't even know where. All the spots. I'm everywhere at EmilyTitch20. Probably don't follow me in real life because I am doing my own thing and you should do your own thing too, but you can follow me online. And I will see you guys in the next video. I appreciate you spending your time here with me on my channel, watching me do my makeup today, and I hope your next makeup look comes out really blended and you're happy with it, because I'm happy with mine today. Toodles! Have a wonderful day. Drink water. Bye.